Penguin Random House presents Skintown, written and read by Ciarán Mcmenamin. Town 1. A river of Thousand Island dressing springs from my Hawaiian burger and plunges earthwards, a swollen pink torrent raging through the middle of me Stone Roses t-shirt. I care not. The 7 pints that I have annihilated in order to develop the hunger in the first place are taking care of everything. Chippy Street has burst into song since closing time, and I will gladly float along its tune, embracing its charms, if I can convince any of them to let me. 350 yards of baffled hormones, glued together in an orgy of booze and bile and batter. 3 chip shops and 2 Chinese takeaways standing shoulder to shoulder on one small street in one small town on one huge Saturday night. The next hour will be crucial. This is a naughty boy's final crack at getting his fingers dirty amongst the neglected and rejected of the Last Chance saloon. I don't even like Hawaiian burgers. Only in Ireland can you take a substandard beef patty, bung it in a soapy bap, top it off with a slice of tinned pineapple, smother the lot in diluted Mary Rose sauce, and get away with calling it a fucking Hawaiian burger. I panicked when I got to the front of the queue. I was in a tiny sweltering cell being crushed against the filthy Formica counter, choking on a thick cloud of steam and grease and vinegar. I could literally feel the starving, drunken hordes breathing down the back of me neck. So as my imagination pulled me under and the hordes proceeded to jump on me back and stamp on me testicles, I pointed to the first thing in the menu and accidentally ordered a sweet, meaty tribute to an American-occupied Pacific island. Post-Stodge, my world is a lamp-lit, frightening place, 8 months pregnant with possibility. There's a knack to making eye contact with the right person in a highly combustible environment. It's an art form. Catching the eye of the wrong girl will end in a showdown with a vodka-soaked chimp who will happily donate his last breath to kicking the education from your brains. It won't necessarily be her boyfriend. Could be some emotional retard who has pined for her for years from the other end of the school bus, but has never had the balls to stand up and offer her his seat. Now, tonight, on this street, demented by alcohol and wild with unrequited lust, he'll punch your features flat until she eventually tries to stop him, and in doing so, sees him for the very first time. As I wipe the detritus of alfresco dining on the arse of me jeans, I hear it beginning in the distance. A cheer first, then a bottle breaks, and as a stray girl begins to howl, I turn and sprint towards the rising sounds of battle. If it isn't old Green Eyes, it'll be the great big lie. We're hard for religion in these parts, especially after midnight and with a belly full of lager. I force myself into the back row of the scrum and spot a figure on the ground through the massed ranks of denim legs. It's bad to go down this early. Rule number 1 is stay on your feet, and rule number 2 is to use those feet to run for your fucking life. As I squabble for a ringside seat, I decipher that tonight's entertainment is a town versus country debate. Mark Magullion and the boys from the Mount View housing estate have taken it upon themselves to defend the metropolis from this unprovoked agricultural invasion. I recognise from school some of the faces huddled round their fallen comrade. These lads have travelled 30 miles tonight from a village on the border called Beleek, and they're about to get a serious hiding for their troubles. It is inconvenient being different around here, and these boys are certainly inconvenient. Culchies, munchies, bog trotters. Call them what you will. They're only country boys with country brogues. When we have gratefully legged it to Glasgow or Liverpool for college or unemployment, we will all be inconvenient together. Mix, paddies, porridge niggers. Irish boys with Irish accents from the far western corner of our well-trotted little bog of a country. The swarm of bodies grips me. I'm carried forward and my feet momentarily leave the ground. Another surge, but backwards as the fray resumes and the townies push the country reinforcements aside and start kicking at the boy on the pavement. Above him, his friends fight separate, desperate battles in an effort to protect him, but these sideshows are manoeuvred away from the main event and the boy lies fully exposed and alone. His terror shines wet and black, the fully dilated pupils having devoured all of the white from his eyes. He's taken a horrendous beating. Magullion, Rat Kelly, and someone I don't know are literally booting his brains out. 6 feet, like a Lewis gun, hammering constantly on his undefended.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?